Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 18th of November 2024. So big tech and bullion battered, Bitcoin bid as Goldilocks narrative collapses, Powell rug pulled Trump. So obviously the honeymoon period is starting to come to an end. Stocks sell off in wake of hot US data with Trump-induced dollar rally taking a pause. Yes, it's sideways, which we'll look at in a bit. So have a look at the economic news for this Monday. We've got G20 meeting and ECB President Lagarde speaking later. So the market's going to have to make its own mind up during today's session. Let's have a look at Fridays though and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow on Friday, market down once more, hitting the 38% retracement for the fibs there. And finding a bit of support as well. You've got a bit of demand there as well, heading back to oversold area. It'll be interesting to see if the market trades down to the 50% retracement, because that's also a 20 bar moving average. Friday's data intraday, market up in the pre-market, down in the cash market, prices sideways overnight but below the close and the DP, and just trying to get back above the 5 and 20 bar moving average. The low is important because if we break the low, then we're more than likely going to test the 38% again, and also the potential to go down to the 50% retracement there as well. In the German DAX, sideways to higher, but certainly pulling back after the week's decline, earlier week decline I should say, and opposite to what the Dow is doing. So is it playing catch up, or is it just relieved that the dollar is starting to move sideways? I don't know. But certainly hasn't travelled with the up move of Trump being elected. 30-minute, we saw the market rally. We saw it also pull back 89%. Overnight, the market has rallied though, and has been sideways above the close and the DP. So a different picture than that of the Dow. Needs to get through the high of Friday in order to continue to move to the upside and breach the resistance that we have in the daily chart for the German DAX. Let me just get you the numbers there. We'll go with the pink line there, 19,307 there. So a look at the S&P, and in the S&P this also retracing down to the 50% retracement and the 20 bar moving average there, so through the 38, which we can remove. See if the market finds support here, again heading towards the oversold area there. Again in the pre-market, prices were up, and then once the S&P opened, prices selling off there, still below the DP overnight but above the 20 bar moving average, and also the low at the moment. In the FT100, the market's still below the 200 MA. It's not buying anything of Starmer's. I don't think many people are buying what he's putting out there, to be honest with you. And the market certainly in the UK is not having it at all. And again on Friday we saw a bit of a spike to the upside, but then it soon ran out of steam, and overnight the market's moved higher with the derivatives. Let's see what happens when the cash market opens at 8 a.m. In the US dollar, bit of a rest on Friday, overnight as well, bit of red there at the moment, but don't be put off by this, because we could certainly spike back to the upside as the war has now escalated in Russia and also in the Middle East as well. So that narrative is returning once more. No surprise at all. Let's have a look at the metals markets. And in silver, surprised that they're allowing the market to move, but it's only a couple of days. They can soon reverse this and send it through 29.69, particularly on a day like today when there is no economic news. Again, you can see that it was allowed to move up in the pre-market, but as soon as you get to the London fix, the market slammed. It's like this 4 days out of 5 for sure if you go back and check. Market needs to take out Friday's high if it is to move higher, but it's looking weakish once more. And in gold, the same thing. There's a bit of climatic volume there. It is oversold, but let's see what strength it's got in interest as at the moment, because Trump hates gold. He's preferring the US dollar and Bitcoin, according to videos that I've watched recently, and that's why we saw Bitcoin take off with his win. So we've got some areas there to get through, but don't hold your breath for a while. Usually end of December, January rally for gold, but it needed the pullback, and now it's had a pullback. It would be able to move and take out the all-time high of 2790 when it does. 30-minute charts, again you can see that nonsense around lunchtime, moving fine till then, and overnight the market's moved up quite nicely, but it's now being moved back to the downside, and expect the close and the DP to be retested, and if not the low of Friday by the end of today. And in the gold silver ratio, the market's currently sideways. We've got a bit of red there, still expecting this to break out and head back towards that 90 area there. All you need is just a problem or an economic news item or something from the mainstream media, whether it's geopolitical or whatever, and that's enough to send the market down, like we saw during last week there, or the week before with Trump. Okay, let's have a look at the trades for Friday. And in the pre-market session there was some weakness, and then of course things changed when we opened. Prices trading sideways, they started to move lower, but then the market reversed, and that was it. Then the tone was set, so we had a loser on the first, profit on the second, and then the third started to move, but that also came back as well, and got out of this too soon. I should have left the stop in its original position. I've done this a few times in the last few weeks, so it's taken out and then the market has gone off without me. We had another potential sell there, markets then put in another buy, and again you can see just hitting the resistance. Given the market wasn't doing anything, decided to stay out, and then of course off it went again to the upside, playing catch up with the US markets. So then trading sideways, economic news for Friday, and then the market opening with the Dow trading sideways, which you can see there, and eventually putting in a potential sell there, which went down and then reversed, as I thought we were going to continue lower, to be honest with you, as we broke through that. I thought we were going to retest the close and the BRN, but the market didn't, and then it reversed sharply and then traded sideways without filling that buy signal, but the next one was filled, and then they soon reversed that, so we got into this choppy session for the afternoon. But we did move down to the BRN on the second trade there to make up a few of those afternoon losses, and then the market just trading in a range and tiny bars as it went into the evening session for the Dow there. Quick look at what's happening overnight, and you can see there prices currently sideways to lower. We're below the high, below the 200 MA, but we're still above the close and the DP at the moment, and a long way off the low. So at the moment the market needs to hold at the close, DP and the BRN that it's currently trading at there. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens. No major economic news today. So let's see what happens during the morning when the German DAX kicks off, and I suspect it will be sideways and quite choppy. So with that, I will conclude now, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.